All right, all right. My mic is working. I don't know why this wave stream input or output is not working, but that is okay because now you all can hear my wonderful voice. It has been a while. It really has been a while. Um, I casted for Minimal Gaming a while back. That was like 3 weeks ago. And before that, it had been like a month at least, maybe two before I'd streamed. But here's where it begins. A whole lot more streaming, a whole lot more casting, playing games, having some fun. So welcome everybody. My name is Awash. Now we've got two IGL matches up tonight. We got a lot of names I'm not familiar with. So this is good. We'll get a bunch of new faces. Hopefully we'll see the old ones continue to trickle in. But as you saw, our first match is Red Lotus and Irate Esports. And before I get both these teams into this lobby, let's take a look at them. Red Lotus on your left, Irate Esports on the right. For Lotus, you've got the Mao, Chili Dynamite, Zilla, and Butters. And then for your Irate squad, you've got Hazard, Modern State Elite, Hyper, and Drew. And we haven't seen Modern play yet, so we may not expect to see him much on the pitch, but we have seen the other four throughout the course of the season so far. For Lotus, it doesn't look like we've seen a whole lot of Chili Dynamite either, so they might be filling in that sub role tonight, looking to just be there if the team needs him. But shout out to Coach Mao and for late AAC for dropping the follows before the stream got started. And you know, I hate that the scoreboard thing does not work because I cannot see who is actually in the lobby. I know we have one squad in. We have Mao. Oh, okay. We have Zilla, KC, Mao, Elite, Drew. I think we're just waiting on one more. And oh man, Big Daddy Brogan. Look at that, dropping the follow. Welcome. Yo. Nice to see you dropping in the chat as we have this fine IGL matchup coming up next. And Shane 10 dropping the follow as well. Nice to see you all. Maybe we'll get through the whole rotation of follower just before we even get this match started. But how are you all doing tonight? Who are you here to root for? That's what I really want to know. I want to see what the crowd's feeling for, who they're rooting for, who they think's got the win, who maybe is going to struggle a little bit tonight. Whether just here for an awesome match overall. That is what I want to see. I can't wait. It's gonna be Ripper. Whew. Well, if that's the case, we will be in for quite a matchup. Let me just confirm that both these teams are in here. All right. It's Irate time, and we got Lotus 8. Okay, we got people on both sides. Another Lotus 8 for the win. Another Irate as well. Oh man, it's pretty split down here. I will say 3-3. You guys are crazy. Wow. Normally we have like one. We got one team that's like on a. Oh here, let me just tell them to go. Oh, wait, what? I can see the scoreboard now? That's crazy. All right, all right. Bolts, thank you for dropping in the raid, checking out the stream. It's been a while, my guy. It is an A-Wash stream, and like I was going to say, it's been normally when we have these IGL matches, there's like one team that really shows out and another one that's kind of the underdogs, maybe has like that one supporter quietly, yeah, you know, shouting for him from the corner where nobody else can hear. But man, we got people from Irate and Lotus tonight. Oh man. And then we got all 6 of the viewers coming in, excuse me, from Bolts' stream. I want to know what you all are thinking about this IGL matchup as well. Shout out to Bolts, my man, for bringing in the raid on our first stream as a college grad. And you know, Irate and Red Lotus competing on the first IGL match that college grad Awash will have the pleasure of commenting over. The first opening seconds, he got nothing, but the Mao trying to streak in for what could have been the first real opportunity of the night for either squad. What's up, Snorlax? You know what, Snorlax? I've been meaning to tell you, I love the rebrand that you've undergone. Snorlax is so cool. I absolutely love it. Love to see. I was confused at first because I was like, why is this Snorlax guy showing up on my feed everywhere? And then I realized, that it was a brand change, and I'm all for it. Yes, sir. Obvious first stream as a college grad. Let's get it going, as we still do not have anything through this first minute and a half between these two tier 3 sides. Neither team really coming out of the gates super hot. We'll make sure that we get this background music going as well for the times where it might be just a tad bit quiet. Yes, we are going to meet in the clash. Excuse me. For those of you who don't know, I've had a sinus infection last week, and the antibiotics and steroids are causing me to cough, just trying to get all this stuff out of my system. But yes, we will be competing in the, I think it's the Metafy Caster Clash in just about a week's time. So if you all want to drop the follow, watch some great Rocket League, and hopefully us and the team that I've got picked out for y'all want to see us go to glory, drop that follow, and you'll certainly get the reminders about when that's going to happen. True GOAT solo queue tourney got the dub. Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. Bolts' bumps coming out from Drew and the rest of Irate Esports, but still no goals. It's honestly been a little bit quiet. Oh, okay, KC, just like that, trying to prove me wrong. Finding the back right post, and for once, that cut from Mao has actually paid off. Wonderful placement. Thought that the orange defender had the angles cut off and maybe had enough to backflip just in case it went behind them. Wasn't expecting that kind of placement though, and it's Red Lotus up 1-0 as they're looking to maintain an undefeated record. They're currently 4-0. They're trying to go 2-0 in this game, and Drew has the save. Oh, Mao. Drop down pass, good play, and it's almost on top of the Irate defense. Dangerous positioning from everybody, but not really through any fault of their own. KC on the follow, it's wide. Red Lotus really working this ball around the pitch well, keeping it out of reach from the Irate Esports players. They just need to get that one good infield pass, Red Lotus, and they will have their second goal. It looks like it's been quite a bit of time coming, but Irate gets a great clear out into the final third. That will certainly help them in their quest to dig themselves out of that grave that they look to be in. We got Drew passing this one out towards the side, and again, that pressure from Red Lotus really coming in strong right now. They don't have more than one goal to show for it, and the miss from Mao could be troublesome as, oh man, Hazard got the touch. Zilla, and they can't get the flick fast enough, but it's going to be a great passing play to make sure that they can still make the counter attack count. Zilla's flick up a little bit high, but it was perfect for Mao to be able to follow it up. I thought that the slow counter is maybe not going to be what they needed to get that second goal. They were pushing so hard on the heavy press for so long, but eventually Irate were able to break out, but the second goal comes courtesy of the counterattack after that breakout. And now Drew trying to make it the first for Irate, get them on the board, and KC able to block the shot from low. Elite and Mao, good 50. He's got a little bit of a bumping action from Red Lotus. 1v1, Godzilla and Hazard. Hazard does win it out and keeping it on the backboard. Elite can't get the touch past Mao, and Drew all the way in the final third has to gain control. Drew still with that control, but Mao, no boost to work with for the double tap. Still might be gifted it, but Elite's touch is enough to touch it away. And Irate, they've tried desperately to break out of their own half, but it looks like they're going to end this game with nothing to write home about. Zilla to the backboard, trying to make it a third, and that will be the icing on the game one cake for Red Lotus. And it took a while for both of these teams to really get started, but just like that, Red Lotus were able to close it out comfortably. At the end, they were able to put on all of that pressure for a solid 2 minutes, it felt like. Maybe a minute and a half, if we're being less generous. Absolutely, the 0-second double tap. Wonderful play to really show Red Lotus what they're here to do. They're here to win. They want to go 5-0. They want to make sure that they can comfortably be a top spot in this division when it's all said and done. A stinky doinker. Oh, man. I'm going to have to steal that. I've never heard that before, but I like it. All right, well, Red Lotus, they got the first one. But Irate, you know, they were hanging in there for that first couple minutes. The second game is really going to tell us a lot. Is Irate Esports normal play, like that first half where they're keeping it close? Or was it like that second half where they were being absolutely bogged down in their own half? And for long periods of time did not have any possession or any semblance of control on the ball. I got to be ready for more stinky doinkers? All right. Let me see it then. Let me see some stinky doinkers. Because apparently I have not been educated in the ways of stinky doinkers. It's KC trying to get the bumps to get this started off physically. Zilla to the backboard. It's a stretch for Elite. KC has the shot, but it's wide. Mao got stepped on, so they're not able to get around the ball quickly enough. KC doing their doing their best to track back Drew. Shot on target. It's touched away by Mao, but nobody at the midfield to send it right towards the net. Elite is going to get the quick turn at the midfield. Oh my goodness, Elite. My God, that would have been one heck of a shot if they'd actually been able to get it on target. It was very close. I couldn't even begin to explain to you how it was that close to begin with. Oh, but that's not a great touch from Mao. It allows Hazard, or Hazard, I'm sorry, keep this ball on the Red Lotus half. And in a stark contrast to pretty much anything that we saw in game one, it's now Irate who are having a majority of the possession in the opening minute. The Red Lotus not quite letting it happen for as long as Irate allowed them to have possession for a couple of whiffs in that final third. And it's to Drew, who has to win this 50 with KC. It is popped up. Hazard and Elite, neither of them in a great position. Zilla shot, and it's wide from Hazard, but you have that midfield press from Red Lotus coming back, but they're not able to quite handle it as cleanly as they're used to. Wait till the Mao pulls out Chinese magic. You're gonna see the stinkiest of all doinkers. All right, I'm mentally preparing myself. You better not disappoint. Better not disappoint. A smart decision there from KC to just cover the net, give the ball, and hopefully hopefully that the other team will just give it back towards them, not recognize the situation. It is exactly what happened, and ultimately a justified decision. Good patience as well from Drew to try to bait in the challenge, and a good strong 50 to get it past two. KC the last one back. It does well to get the initial touch. It also has a win past two opponents. Zilla sees the infield pass, goes to Mao. Mao is the stinky doinker coming, and oh, he doesn't have it, but Zilla is able to get a touch. It is farther back. KC with the demo. Elite just needs to put it in front of the frame, and Drew is there, but Mao is able to cut it out. Scary scenes for Red Lotus on the counterattack. Oh, but that touch inside, not the infield pass that they're wanting. It's on the wrong side of the pitch to the wrong people. Elite, the pop-up. Mao, good strong touch out towards midfield, where a lot of these players have been a little bit slow on these midfield challenges. They're not quite punishing these open midfield touches, but the misplay off the backboard allows Elite to punish the Red Lotus defense. Yeah, tough situation for KC, as I'm sure they would have liked to have that ball pop up just a little bit more, but unfortunately they are not able to do so. It's a drop down touch right in front of one of their opponents. It was almost very stank. I was ready for it. But I have to keep on waiting, though, for more stinky doinkers from Red Lotus's. Oh, man, there we go. Elite. A double for Irie Esports within the span of just seconds. Elite given free range to carry it from one end of the pitch to the other. Coast to coast, as clean as you like. And Irate trying to show that game one was nothing more than a fluke. It's not the team that has gone 3-1 so far this IGL season. It's a different squad that showed up that first game, and they're trying to make it 3 as Elite. Not able to finish the job. KC, the shot, Hazard, it's an awkward catch. Really, I thought it should have been a goal, as Red Lotus were pressuring really high up the pitch. And rightfully so. You sniff out a situation like that. You sense that someone is really awkward, or that you might have a chance off of this play, and you know, you push forward, you go for it. You want to get that play completed, especially this late in the game. You don't have as much to lose. If you can't get it done, you know, you have to at least try. Okay, see, this is a good follow from them. It's over. Elite needs to go for the backboard read, and it's not quite lined up the way that they wanted. Zilla not able to force it through either, and Mao just going to let this one drop, but maybe not for a futile effort, as Hazard and Ko all going up and drop for Zilla. It's on target, but the clock is already at 0. It touches the floor, and that will be game number 2 going in favor of Irie Esports. Elite stealing the show with 2 goals off 4 shots. And it wasn't that much of a... there wasn't that much of a difference, I felt, that between these two teams, as there could have been. Red Lotus still had a lot of the possession, but the stats don't really show that. Only 2 more efforts. I'm sorry, I rate having a lot of the pressure and a lot of the possession in that second game, but only having 2 more efforts than Red Lotus did. Red Lotus getting chances, just not able to finish them off. But how are we feeling, everybody, from either side? You want to see a little bit more out of your team? You feel like they're in a comfortable spot right now? That's true. Modern State, there is no sweep, so you know it's always a positive. You take it where you can. Essentially, have just a best of 3 at this point. But each team has had 2 full games to try to figure each other out. And we'll see if maybe this is the turning point for one of these squads. Game number 3 underway in Tier 3 Division 12 of IGL. Feel like a dog. I feel like barking, man. I'm hyped for this next game. That is what I like to hear. AAC. Is that how you pronounce it? If it's Acker, you know, something, please correct me. I got to make sure that I get it right. Get the double commits out. And Irate going to be clean in house. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on those double commits. Now, there was one right there, but it was defensive. It got the clear out of the way. We'll let that one slide. This is odd. Not the cleanest turnaround that they could have had, but ultimately still able to keep it in orange possession for the moment. Elite just going to take that play off of the hands of their teammate. It had more boost, more momentum, better positioning, and you know, makes sense. As the Mao trying to get the pass across. KC was lurking, but oh my, Zilla the pinch off of the corner and the sidewall. Gonna go for the corner boost. Went for the demo, but still at the midfield, and Drew will get the follow-up touch, but it is another double commit for Irate. Hazard is a little bit farther back, needs to get a strong win against Mao, does so nicely, and has a follow-up touch past KC as well. Oh, good infield touch, but Elite is back to make sure that this counterattack does not make anything, although that is going to be the goal for Red Lotus. They had the good initial positioning, but the touch got just a little bit too far away from them. And still a great read as well. It's a perfect pass, falls right in the sweet spot in front of the net. Not too far, not too short. A very solid play for Red Lotus to get the scoring started in game 3. Uh-oh. Okay, Zilla coming in, and not quite sure what happened there. It was all the way at the midfield. Just a series of whiffs, and the ball goes all the way through the corner. And a bit of an easier second goal for Red Lotus. 2 more stinky doinkers into the back of the net for Red Lotus, but Elite trying to have a response for Irate, get themselves back into this game quickly. Aerial game not quite as quick or as strong for Irate as it has been for Red Lotus. It's caused them a couple issues so far. To see if that continues to be the case, though. Irate making a comeback, Carissa. All right, I'm hearing it. But let's see if Irate can get that done on the pitch. It's a great pass. Passes, or a great pop-up pass. Zilla, Drew keeping the play alive. Needs to go over to the sidewall to get up for this one, but didn't quite have the tracking down as much as they needed to. Good challenge from Mao, high near the ceiling. Hazard able to keep it away from the players for now. Elite, do they have the follow? Oh, they're just a little bit too close. Hazard still has the shot, but Zilla is in the net. This is a good opportunity for Irate to take the shot, get the goal. KC able to tap it away in the bump. Oh no, for Irate. That is tragic. Zilla can't get the, or they do get the pass across, but there's nobody there. Quality chance for Red Lotus to make it 3. They couldn't get the job done. Irate, do they have the response they need? Won the 50, keeps it in this half, but Hazard will give it up to Mao. And Mao is still able to follow themselves on the backboard. Drew needs to get this. It's 50 well. Hazard is already up. Azilla has the shot. It's blocked again by Elite. Drew good pressure. KC just trying to keep it out of the reach of anybody. Does get the stop. Still Elite in front. My goodness. Irate getting a number of chances on the ball, but this Red Lotus defense holding up very strongly so far. KC infield pass to Mao, and that will make it a 3-0 score line. Yet another doinker for Red Lotus. As we've now seen basically 3 different games this series. We saw Red Lotus be like dominant in the second half of game 1, and then you saw Irate kind of be the same way, and now we're seeing both teams have a good amount of possession. Just one team able to take their chances and the other one not. But Zod, you know, this is still within comeback potential for Irate. I know that there's a couple of you in the chat that are really banking on this. 52 seconds left on the clock, more than enough time. The touch not strong enough from Elite. Hazard, another double commit from Red Lotus, and this gives Hazard, oh, awkward off the sidewall. It just came off enough, and KC trying to force it through. The save from Drew was good enough. Hazard gets the follow-up save. No lead, it's open range, but do they have the pace to beat everybody out? They do not. The Mao Good infield pass to KC, who doesn't latch onto it. Zilla dropping down, gets bumped. Drew has to get the goal before it can be 0 seconds, or else they will succumb to another loss, and that they will. Not enough time for them to get to. Red Lotus put themselves back in the driving seat. It's a Kira match point situation, where only one more game is required to do the trick. One goal for each of the Red Lotus players, and very different striking rates at that. Took Zilla 5, KC 3. Mount the solitary effort. I feel like Irate had more chances than just the 5. At least more areas where they could have done better to get shots registered, to potentially have goal scoring opportunities. We'll see if that changes. Lotus don't miss. I mean, the scoreboard says otherwise, but they did take him more than Irate did, so we have to give that to him. All right, Red Lotus up 2-1 over Irate Esports. Do the side and orange have what it takes to force us a game 5, or will they fall in 4? It's looking like a strong start for the Mao and the rest of Red Lotus right off the back. KC serving up an absolute dime to the Mao, who makes no mistake about it. True, Lotus metaphorically don't miss, they philosophically don't miss, but you are right. C-Jam, wow. In reality, the Mao does not miss. One goal from one shot last game, and now they're at that same position, heading into what could be the series clincher. And now Mao setting up Zilla with a backboard beauty. And the bumps from KC disrupting the Irate Esports defense, making it incredibly tough for them to actually settle. And within the first 30 seconds, Red Lotus have 2 goals on the board. Are they going to get their feet under them, Irate Esports? I'm not sure what's happening there. All right. Good booming clear from Elite, and might have the opportunity to get it inside. Just fakes out Zilla, but there's a good follow-up from their teammate. They need a couple more of these coordinated approaches, Irate Esports. But a couple times where it's just really been Elite pushing, or there's only been somebody on the other side that's been pushing with the ball, and no passing options, no quick follow-up touches. And that is going to be a third for Red Lotus to, who was that? Hazard bumping Drew. Just getting a little bit too close for comfort there. And Irate Esports, the problem is now getting a little bit tougher for them. You know what that solution is, but can they rack up 3 goals in 3.5? It is certainly possible, but they're gonna have to get themselves playing as a unit, get the communication down, and that'll let Red Lotus any more of these high quality chances in front of their own net. Zilla going up the wall with no boost, still gets the pass. KC looks at both players dusted, but doesn't quite have the read that they needed. Elite is awkward. Mao with possession, carries it over the leaping orange defender. And that already looks like it might be over for Red Lotus and Irate Esports, unless we have something truly phenomenal from Irate. How much does a signed Mao a Lotus 8 jersey go for these days? Well, it's gonna go for just a little bit more now as Mao gets the next goal, number 5, to really put this one further and further out of reach for Irate. I seem like a big Sea of Thieves type of guy. I actually do not play Sea of Thieves really at all, but I do really like Sea of Thieves. I played it a whole like twice, I think. But I have enjoyed every minute that I have played of it. I should play it more often, to be honest. Hey, I am hearing some crazy prices for this Mao jersey. $300? 10,000, 15,000? Somebody wanting 3 of these jerseys? Oh man. Red Lotus still pushing. 6 goals in the first half of the game. They're still pushing for a 7th. Irate. They're really struggling to get anything going. You know what? They're not going to go down without a fight. I'll give you 2 Bored Ape NFTs for that jersey. You make a convincing case there for getting the signed Mao jersey. If any of you are actually interested in Web3 or blockchain and any of that type of technology, I'm actually going to be casting for a game called EV.io. They are a game built on Web3 technology. That's going to be happening this weekend here on my channel. So definitely drop a follow if you're wanting to see a little bit more of that game, see what it's all about, see some exciting action. Both Saturday and Sunday. I think it's around 2 p.m. Eastern is when we get started. A couple hours each day at least. As we approach the final minute, Irate just not really looking like they could muster up the fight, the energy that they needed to overwhelm this Red Lotus squad. It looked good for portions of this series. Unfortunately, at the point that it mattered most, they fall short of the mark. Red Lotus, just everything going their way right now. Okay, Eric dropping the follow. Thank you very much, Eric. Thanks for stopping by to witness this 7-0 demolition in game number 4 between Red Lotus and Irate. KC Mao still trying to put together the plays that might drop straight down. Oh man, and yeah, KC saw that going all the way through. That's just a great touch as well from Mao. I mean, coming from behind, the touch goes perfectly to that crease on the ceiling. 8-0. I don't think I expected this to happen. Even if Red Lotus has like another dominant game like we kind of saw in the end of game 1, I'm not sure that I expected 8-0 to be the final scoreline. It is an injustice to how Irate played the rest of the series. But it's just how it is sometimes. And, you know, not the greatest way to end the series, but Irate can still hold their heads high, knowing that they put up a very strong fight for the previous 3 games. Thank you, Eric. I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Cybersecurity, minor in Application Development. That's a tough one for Hazard, Elite, and Drew to have to end on. But for Red Lotus, the ideal way to close out a series. Very close throughout. And then at the very end, you pull it all together. GG's to both squads. Red Lotus will take this one 3-1, the final series scoreline. Hopefully not Java. No, my I've done courses in my primary coding language is Python, but I have taken classes in Java, C++. Most of my minor courses were done with Swift. So it's just the way that our program was structured. But Unreal game. The first three were definitely, you never quite knew what was going to happen. I guess going into game 4, we didn't know what was going to happen either. And certainly didn't expect that to happen. But, oh well. Meditation with Mao is key. It sure seemed like you got that 1 minute break in between the games to close the eyes, breathe in, breathe out a little bit. I love you, bro. You're an amazing caster, dude. Well, thank you. Glad to see that I could fill in Pyro's wake. He's certainly much better than I am, but that's why I have him as a casting duo, so I can learn from him constantly. But yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that I was able to get you all in on the first stream. I honestly wasn't expecting to do it tonight, because I wanted to switch over my stuff to OBS Studio, and that takes a while because some of my assets are, I wanted to change them up a little bit and stuff, but Streamlabs all reliable. It's got the setup. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Congratulations on being a college grad. Absolutely. Thank you, Carissa. So glad that I'm done, and now I have a whole lot more free time to do more of the things that I love. Getting more hours with a full-time job, getting paid, and of course more free time after work to come stream, play Rocket League, play whatever. Actually got a Nintendo Switch for my graduation, so we're gonna be playing a lot of that in the next week and a half or so. I'm actually moving in the next over like the next week and a half or 2 weeks or so, slowly moving my stuff over. So once my whole setup is over there, we're gonna bring the Switch in, we're gonna bring the Xbox in. It's all gonna be a really fun time. Thanks for the follow, Carissa. Glad that you've been enjoying everything so far. We do have another IGL match starting in a couple minutes. 9:15 Central is the start time for that one. And that match, let me pull up my little schedule here. What do we have? Benevolent, Esports, and Eclipse, Astral. Okay, I've seen these guys. I've seen maybe not any of the players, but I've definitely seen Eclipse around. It's a tier 1 matchup, so y'all are going to be in for a real treat as as viewers for this second match. This is going to be a good one. Well, we switch over some of the assets. Excuse me. I'm glad that the cough hasn't completely taken over. It is it's not fun. What I'm really wanting to do is kind of make a Bacchus mod plugin that will help me kind of automatically do all of my IGL or really just all of my stream casting for me. I can set it up so that it's an IGL match, everything will get uploaded automatically. If it's not an IGL match, I still have that option to put everything in myself. As a programmer, that's one of like the side projects that I'm hoping to work on for quite a while, and you know, keep using my skills for something related to esports. So I'm super excited to see how far I can go with that. I'm no designer, but we'll make a super scuffed scoreboard, but at least make it very functional, even if it is ugly. And late KC, thanks for dropping the follow. GG's. Congratulations on the win. Oops. Cool. Astral Eclipse. GG's, thanks for the cast. Oh, you're absolutely welcome. Actually, I see this. Is Lotus say? Do you guys post on Instagram a lot? Is that the case? Because I do not have I don't have like a AWash specific like a Instagram account, but pretty often. All right. Well, you guys can tag my personal account if you like. I should just start using it more, because I do see that there's like quite a lot of people who use it, and yeah, may as well. Not a bad place to be. Got to be as many places as I can, I guess. All right, well. Oh, black screen. Are you kidding me? I'll make sure to drop Lotus A to follow as well. Let's see. LA Esports official. All right. Just dropped a follow for the Lotus 8 people out there. Hype streamer, play you all the time in comp. Really? Do you what's your, is Gabe CV123 your in-game name, or is it different? Didn't know you stream. I honestly, Gabe, have not streamed in a good while. Last summer I was pretty big into it. And even in the fall, I was fairly consistent about it. But, you know, this last semester of college, focusing on my internship and finishing off strong and everything, it was busy. I just didn't have the time. I hopped on like once in a while for an odd like special request or something like that. But besides that, I've hardly been doing it. But now that I'm a graduate, I can do so much more of it. I can do so much more streaming. I want to stream like playing ranked, playing with my team. 6-man's more than just Rocket League as well. I was telling Chad I've got a Switch now, so I'm gonna be trying to play like Mario Party, Mario Kart, all the classics, you know. And thanks for dropping the follow as well. I guess I do have to get this this lobby info up and out to everybody. Okay, to Maticus or Matius Maximus. Well, good luck getting back into the grind. Thanks. I'm super excited about it. I wasn't expecting it to happen this early. I was thinking, like, I'll take a week or so and allow myself to relax a little bit. But may as well just jump right back into it. I still need to switch all my stuff over to OBS Studio because I like that a little bit more. But we'll get there. How do you pronounce your name? Awash. Like a washing machine. My original Xbox gamer tag used to be a Wash Rook, and so when I wanted a pro gamer name when I started playing in college, I was like, let me go back to my roots. We'll go with a Wash, and then a weird pronunciation, a weird spelling, and that is how a Wash became it to be this. But thanks, Mayo. Yeah, it's that Gabe CV123. Me and AJ play with you a lot. All right. I'll have to keep an eye out because I'll be honest, I don't remember. I feel kind of bad about that, but if we actually do play a lot, but you're in my head rent free now. So thanks to Mythic RL and to Lotus 8 for dropping the follows. Appreciate y'all. How be it be good. It'd be amazing to be casting IGL again. Which, by the way, we have this ready. Benevolent Esports, Astral Eclipse. We got the rosters as well. Almost everybody making an appearance at some point or another. Only missing one person from Eclipse, Astral, and that would be King J-Dub. The name seems like the kind of player you would want, though, to be on the pitch all the time, How can you deny King J-Dub of a W? I don't know. There must be something in the water, though, for everybody else to make it that successful. So once we get everybody in here, we'll get started right away. Let me make sure, actually, that the scoreboard is ready. Aha, it is. Oh, wait, that one's broken. That's a problem. Oof. Let's fix that real quick. I don't know what some of these. I don't know. Some of these just like break for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, well, that would be why, because I accidentally hit it. All right, it's good to go now. Hexy, yo. GG's earlier in 6-mans. All right, I think we got everybody in here, actually. Mex Matius. Looks like we got the whole crew from both. Mex saying that they are ready. So AJ saying the same. All right. Let's get into it then. Good luck to both squads as we get this Tier 1 Division 1 IGL match underway between Benevolent Esports and Eclipse Astral. Both teams 3-1 at the moment, trying to extend their lead and their position towards the tops of the table for Tier 1 Division 1 of US East. Should be an absolute scorcher between both of these squads. Let's see if one of these teams can get off the bat right away, as opposed to our previous matchup where things were a little bit slow for the first 2.5 minutes or so. 2 minutes. Already you can see that the pace from the start is a little bit better, as Gabe gives this one up to Matius. AJ stand grounded as they didn't have a lot of boost. Timmy has to get up, doesn't follow it through. AJ may have a 1v1 situation. Popped it over the first. Tries to get the flick past him again, and it's good enough for the bottom right corner. AJ getting the scoring started off in the first minute. You know, honestly, if I was in that position, I would have just hit it towards the net. Just, you know, hope it outpaces everybody. But that was great control from AJ. To keep the ball close and make sure that they can fully outplay the defender. Always had great control of the ball all the way through. And they're going to benefit from it early, but the drop-down shot from Maximus ties it up just seconds later for Benevolent Esports. Great pop-up from Timmy, and even with two defenders in the net, nothing that Eclipse Astral can do as the placement was perfect. And we're all tied up early on in the game, in the series. Gabe trying to get under this ball. Took a little bit more longer than they wanted. Dangerous look from Timmy as AJ, I thought, was going to get dunked in front of their net. Roll high and in front of their net, I guess. Mythic towards the net. Max able to save it away. Timmy going up wall. Has a ceiling reset. Got the flip as well. AJ got it to a point where Gabe can go for the demos on Mattias. Mattias still coming out unscathed with possession and the shot on target. Gabe sees AJ, wins the 50 on Timmy. And now Mex had an open net. The shot was wide and is able to be pushed away so far. AJ needed to beat out Mattias, and they did so well. A Gabe with no boost. Good slow play to win the 50 and force a reset from Benevolent Esports. AJ, getting demoed by Mex. Mythic needs to be careful here. That's a great touch from Eclipse Astral, and it'll turn into a counter-attack goal for Eclipse Astral. We saw a touch similar to that in the previous series. It was closer to the midfield and had a really nice drop-down touch off of the crease right above the net. But similar yet different for Eclipse Astral. They do get a goal out of it, and that's all that really matters. Gabe, good redirect, Gabe. That was nasty. As AJ, great pass in field, sees that they don't have the shot themselves. Well, let me serve it up to one of my teammates. And Gabe, the Season 9 GC, does very well to punch it in. And now Eclipse Astral in the driving seat as we head into the final 2 minutes of this first game. Oh my goodness, just being outplayed. Oh no, AJ! If AJ had just put it towards the net, the demo looked like it was going to be enough, and even then the chase was on. And that too might have been enough, but the execution barely not there for Eclipse to make it a fourth one and really put this one a little bit out of reach for Benevolent, or at least further out of reach than it currently was. Benevolent, it's a good opportunity to try to trap in their opponents, but the midfield passes have been working. Timmy, do they have the read? It drops straight down, and it was the Eclipse defense reading that play. They're able to break out well. Oh, the pre-jump from Mythic. Do they have the follow-up? They don't. Oh, man. Both teams really going for it. Timmy, is it their time to shine? It is not yet, at least. Timmy will have their moment to shine, just not at the moment. But Mech's gonna steal the spotlight for just a moment. There's 40 seconds left. There's now 2 That's just a great recovery as well. That's 2 goals for Benevolent. They're only down by 1. That's a very manageable position. Let's go, main roster Matt. Alrighty. Well, main roster Matt has only a little bit of time to try to put his team in an equalized position, waiting to see what Mex could do, and Mythic gets the booming clear. Spotlight still on Matt as ball gets a little bit away from them, but still able to gather possession. Has air dribble, past one, past everybody! And Mattias Maximus, main roster Matt. A fantastic air dribble to send it over everybody. And ties up the game with less than 10 seconds remaining. It now comes down to a final effort from either team. That is not the miss on the backboard you want. It's also not the follow-up touch. AJ and Mex both going up, but it's booted away by the Eclipse defense. Mattias trying to do it. Excuse me. Trying to do the damage on 0 seconds, but it's not enough. Hands baby dropping the yo. Well, now I gotta know. Whose side are you on, Hands baby? Who do you want? Do you want Benevolent? Do you want Eclipse? Do you want just a team that's better? As Mex and Mythic were diving in on that play. It's pushed out towards midfield, and AJ got the touch, called Mattias into defensive action. And now Timmy, the first one to it at the midfield. AJ out towards the corner. Chasing demos with Timmy as well to try to open up some space for Benevolent to work with. Timmy should leave this for Mattias, and they do. But actually the demo was from Mattias. Timmy, got out a little bit too far. Now Mythic, that gives that one up to Mattias as well. AJ looking for the top corner. It's a little bit high. And now Timmy, 1v1 with AJ, with Mythic rotating in behind. And now another aerial play from Mythic may be underway. Mex doesn't get it off the backboard, but the follow-up from Eclipse was not lined up for that. AJ, double triple off the backboard. Mex dishes it out to Mythic, but Mythic can't put it on target. Absolute scramble for both sides. Neither team really looking confident. Cool, calm, collected, whatever you want. On offense or defense, both teams struggling to take their chances. You are Benevolent Esports, Hands baby. All right, well, you better be the most hyped one in the chat for Benevolent as AJ tracks back. Great touch up to the backboard and serves it up for Gabe as well. The Mex has space to work with. Sees Timmy, who's got to backtrack just a little bit. Good positioning for Mattias to hang back just for the weirdest of cases. Oh, Mythic, and Gabe could have had a two-pronged attack there, but a little miscommunication on who was going to pick up the play. Small arm Mex, the T-Rex, and Bimbo Timbo. Alrighty. So everybody's got a name for Benevolent Esports. Is one of them going to be Mr. Clutch, though? And that's the question. Timmy trying to be Mr. Clutch, but AJ not having any of it. Gonna set it up for Gabe to maybe do the same, earn themselves that title. Oh no! Couple misses from Benevolent. Shot right towards Timmy and Mattias. Mex downfield. Gabe has full boost to work with. Mythic needs this follow-up as well. Pops it over one. It's awkward for Mattias. That's off the backboard. Gabe trying to come through. No, and no touches for Gabe. The touches that will be on target anyways. Oh, Mythic. Now's your chance. Tight angle. Rolled up. Timmy able to beat out AJ 3.5 minutes of overtime. We still do not have a difference between Benevolent and Eclipse. How long will it take before somebody has the ice? Mex to the back where there's a bump on mid. It's on the post. Follow up from Mex, and that will be game 1 in favor of Benevolent Esports. They had to track back after going down, and it looked like they may not have enough time to dig themselves out, but they did so, gave themselves more than a fighting chance, clutched up with 10 seconds remaining, and after a back and forth, just wild game 1, Benevolent comes out on top. Well, all right. Some of you wanted to see a really good matchup, and a really good matchup you're going to get. Oh, you're right, Snorlax. I do need to change the title. See, this is why I like you all. Y'all keep me accountable. You know, we getting back to the streaming grind, and you know, these are some of the things that you forget about. So we'll get that fixed. Benevolent Esports versus Eclipse. Astral. All right, we pushed that update out. So there we go. That should be an accurate representation of what you all are witnessing tonight. You're still witnessing a brand new college grad, but you are also watching Benevolent Esports and Eclipse Astral as casted by that college grad. Game 2. We'll see if Benevolent Esports is going to have a more comfortable time this go around, or if Eclipse Astral gonna get the payback that they want against a team that just narrowly beat them out. And Eclipse could have closed this game out a lot sooner. They had the lead for a good portion of regular time. I got you. Thanks, Snorlax. You were actually fantastic at the end of seasonal, so I'm really looking forward to seeing if we're going to be casting some matches together. You and I forgot what his name was, but whoever you were with for the playoffs, amazing. It was such a fun cast to produce for. Oh, Matthew Mathewson, Slim Timmy. Oh man, that's great. Slim Timmy. That's awesome. Well, we got them on the pitch. No goals for anybody yet. Gabe needs to get this follow-up. Touches 2 dove in from Benevolent. The third also very close. And now they need to reset that defensive posture. They still get the quick turnaround and the beat at midfield. And now Gabe loses out on the 50. Slim Timmy trying to dive through, but it's Small Arm Mex the T-Rex who finds the first goal for Benevolent. Major dunk on the sidewall, helped out by that crossbar just a little bit. Actually, not even a little bit, a lot of it. And it threw Slim Timmy for a loop. But that's why you follow up your shots, ladies and gentlemen, because some wild stuff can happen if you just put the ball on target. Infield play stopped by Mex, and it's another team play to try to push it out. And all 3 of the Eclipse players diving in front of the net. Slim Timmy to the backboard. No follow-up from them, but they still got the possession. It's Maximus. Will take up the 3rd spot on this rotation after being the focal point as that attack sputtered out. Good turnaround from Gabe. Try to latch on the monkey, make a play happen. It's a It's a good open shot for Mythic. Not as open as they would like, but still are able to get a half-decent touch, especially with the misses from Benevolent Esports. Mid boost going to help out AJ a lot. Not enough to block out Slim Timmy and Mattias from driving this ball into the corner. Mattias over towards the side and a little bit behind. Mex was a little bit late on the rotation out, but tracks back well enough, and a huge pinch downfield. Can Mattias get on the end of it? They do with the shots off target. Should have been a second one for Benevolent Esports. Eclipse Astral hoping that they can punish Benevolent the way that they got punished last game. AJ, good follow. Matty is still able to pick it up. Uh-oh. I feel like, oh my goodness! Wow. I really wish that had gone in. They're still not in. Oh no! Eclipse. Good opportunities denied by well-worked defense. The woodwork playing the fourth defender at times as well. So unlucky. To the backboard goes Gabe. Timmy can't get it. Gabe just trying to help it out, and the light touch is enough to secure it. Oh man, you had to feel for Eclipse there. So close. It's still no cigar for them. Finally, they're able to get it. And heading into the final minute, this game is even. It feels like the Benevolent passing plays have been a little bit more coherent in this game. The Eclipse hasn't quite gotten all the synergy down, but they've certainly been going for it. And you have to give them a shout out for that. But now maybe this is the time, as AJ pushing up third and very close. Not able to fully support their two teammates who looked like they had something really nice in the works. AJ to the backboard, hoping for the favorable bounce to Mythic, and it rolls out towards the sidelines. Who's going to be up first? It is Timmy, just narrowly. Mex towards line. AJ needs this touch. It's awkward. Timmy back inside. Mythic's going to get beat, but their teammate comes in and helps them push it towards the back ball. Slim Timmy keeping it alive, but Mythic is up. Is going to dish it out to the corner where nobody can get possession. And that will be another overtime between Benevolent and Eclipse. AJ wins the 50, but Mattias able to get up quickly enough. One of the issues with pushing up that far is that you might get caught out on a weird play like that. But both teams fighting tooth and nail for this win. Oh, good looks from from Eclipse Astral. Probably the tightest infield play that we've seen from them so far. Yikes, that pinch almost shot straight to Timmy, who could have had the goal. Off the backboard, and now Mythic needs to be careful here. Can't let this get past him. Barely gets the touch, but it's straight to Mex, who puts it on target, and AJ able to keep it away. And Timmy doesn't get the read, so Mythic able to assist with the clearance into the opposite side. Gabe infield to Mythic. Oh, but the shot is also wide. These passing plays getting better for Eclipse. They're coming in more often, but the same lack of finishing remains. They cannot break through. Nice little break dance from Timmy. What's up, Chaos? Nice to see you again. AJ to the backboard. No double tap from them. Mythic's a little bit too close, and it'll allow Mattias to break out. Mex, free touch at midfield. Leaves it for Mythic. AJ thought about helping out. Decided against it. We'll rotate behind Gabe. Mex. The backboard. Nothing. Is Gabe doing very well to do this themselves? Timmy dropped it right in front of AJ. Dangerous play in front of the Eclipse net. But still blocked away well. Already in our second multi-minute overtime between Eclipse and Benevolent. 2 games in a row, 2 overtimes in a row. Is it going to be 2 Benevolent wins in a row? And there's no touch in front. The shot is wide. My goodness. The demo from AJ will see them retreat to the very back. Oh, the Mythic gonna give that one up. It's a free touch for Mattias. Has to avoid the demo. Oh, tried going for the demo to make way for their incoming teammates, but it wasn't enough. Mex keeps it going. Good pinch. AJ already on the backboard. Great positioning and a great follow-up from Gabe. Hoping for the double. It's off the post. AJ, free touch. It's blocked by Mex, who gets a savior medal for it. What? My goodness. AJ, flip reset. Got it, but it's still going wide. Oh my, how many times are we gonna get shots go off the side post like this? Or off the crossbar? The passing plays, they're so good, but the finishing, it's ever so slightly off. And there it is for Gabe. Not the play that you expected it to be on, but the play that you get, especially at this stage, you take those. Eclipse Astral taking game 2 after nearly as much overtime as we had in game 1. Had to be within 30 seconds of each other, I think. That is wild. 8 shots for Mex. 4 for Maximus. 6 for Gabe. 2 goals for Gabe, though, so can't argue with that. But just imagine all the chances that these players had. 1, it could have been a much higher scoring affair, but 2, the game could have been over a lot sooner as well. It really should have been. Feel for the players right now. This is a tough series to be in. 2 decently long overtimes, back to back. And now you're stuck at 1-1 in the series. Potentially 3 more games to go. You got to have a strong mental for a series like this, where we have Benevolent Esports and Eclipse Astral still looking to go 4-1. It is still a win, though. You can't argue with that, troop. A win is a win, no matter how you get it. And you are the finisher, that is facts. Already liking the start that Eclipse have, trying to build this momentum. They regained well after a tough overtime loss. Got an overtime win as a result. And now the 3-pronged approach for Benevolent as the backboard screams out the Benevolent Esports name, but not able to turn it into a goal for this boys in blue. Timmy and Mattias both in front of the orange net, and that will be probably the freest goal that they will have all series. As double commit from Eclipse. The demo on the final defender gives Timmy loads of space to line it up. And that means Benevolent have the lead once again, but for a significant portion of game 2, Benevolent Esports did have that lead, and Eclipse had the mental to bring it back. Dig deep when it mattered the most. We all know that Rocket League is a mental game. You You're seeing that playing out here. Oh, man. That is a beauty right there. Timmy puts it in a tough place for AJ to read. Thinks that it's going to make it all the way to the backboard. Is ready for it. But it hits the ceiling, falls short, and it's a well worth play to make sure that that last offender following through. Oh, my. Oh, not like this. Mattias's 50 doesn't go their way. Mythic able to spare a whole lot of blushing from a whole lot of people. Oh, AJ, no! Oh, no, AJ! Mex will earn the goal off the pinch. I don't... Did AJ... AJ had to have thought that Mex was going to hit that. That is highly unfortunate. That's not the way that you want to go down 3-0 in what has otherwise been a very close series. Going for the demo? Yeah, I can see that being the case as well. Whatever the goal was, they weren't expecting Mex to, I think, just to pull out of the play like that. Unfortunate, but Eclipse, the positive for them is that there's still a lot of time. What's up, Haldex? How you doing? That's Timmy. All right, that's gonna be 4 for Benevolent. Good play between them and Mattias to extend this lead further and try to condemn Eclipse Astral to a second loss in the series. There have been quite a few mishaps so far, but otherwise, the most convincing win that we've had for Benevolent is not even looking close at this point. You hope that Eclipse didn't run out of gas, though. Some teams, they got that stamina. Other ones, you know, if you can last the first 3 games, not get swept, then you still have your fighting chance. Especially when you throw some overtimes in the mix, get those games a little bit longer. Oh no, Eclipse bumping each other. Still able to not get punished for it yet, but passing play incoming between Mattias and Mex as Mattias jumps in front of it. You're feeling Gucci Mane, that's what I like to hear. Man's Mexin with his head. Hey, oh yeah, and all right, I can't think of a good pun anymore for Mex. Like, he's Mexin with the net? I don't know. I'm sorry, everybody. That was bad. He does get a goal, though. That I can't say. You don't mess with Mex. Took it to the Mex level. All right. See, there we go. This is why I have chat. To come in clutch for me. To feed my imagination. Mex taking it to the Mex level. And really, Benevolent all as a whole have been on this Mex level. 5-0. And sure, there was a really awkward play for Eclipse Astral that, oh man, and they just can't buy a goal either. Even the plays that they put together, they've been looking good, but they can't finish. They're slightly wide, they're slightly high, they're slightly not fast enough. And on the counter, Timmy will strike a 6th for Benevolent. just something for Eclipse. They want to get a goal. They want to get something out of this game. It's tough to take a 6-0 loss like that and then just know that all of your efforts have been mostly fruitless. Doesn't look like they're going to get it here, though. They've had good looks. I think against most other teams, they just don't have this defense. Eclipse is in a much stronger position after in the series, in the game, but Benevolent having some fortunate bounces, defensive efforts, but you can't argue with the finishing that they've had. They've absolutely put away everything that they've got. Not letting the grace of the Rocket League gods go to waste. 7 from 9. That's wild. Can I DM you on Discord about casting? Yeah. Send me a message, Hodix. Always feel free to shoot me a message about casting, streaming, any of that stuff. All right, so it's regain time for Eclipse Astral. That was a rough one, I'll admit. That was super rough. But surely it doesn't happen twice in a row, right? If they can keep up the offense that they've been showing us glimpses of, they're going to be fine. They can absolutely push this to a game 5. I believe. But at the same time, while that offense hasn't been as just narrowly been off, it was the defense has not held up strongly either. And that raises cause for concern because 7 goals from 9 shots, highly unsustainable shooting rate. But it has to come from somewhere. Max takes it low under AJ. Where's my cursor? Oh, it was already on Rocket League. There we go. Gabe to AJ, and okay, there we go. Eclipse finally able to string together a pass or two. Mythic over 1. Gabe in the hot pursuit, and Timmy left in a 2v1 situation. Almost had the good read, but AJ, perfect placement. And that will make it 1-0 for Eclipse Astral. AJ trying to make it 2, and it's blocked well by Timmy. Max has to get up quick. Is AJ able to win it out? Max was there first, but AJ got under it, kept it going. Maddie to Timmy. And Timmy blocks it into the corner. Rex and Maddie both there, but they're still able to win it out. Maddie hoping for the drop down. AJ, oh man, fortunate bounce right onto their nose to keep it from falling right in front of the net. Mythic. I think he gave both not the positions that they needed to be. Oh, AJ, so close. So close. But barely not able to keep it out, and that will be 1-1 for Benevolent and Eclipse Astral. Good 50 from Gabe. AJ already up, needs the drop. It's off the backboard again. Mythic going up, and Gabe is hanging out as the third. Timmy! No! Timmy! That would have been disastrous. Well, Benevolent surviving a scare. Game plan for them is to not give that Eclipse any freebies. This certainly would have been a big one. So far, they've only allowed the one against Eclipse, and good enough position for them as Mattias has a lot of space to work with. Kind of getting bumped. Saves their own shot. What? All right. Mattias looked like they had it, and AJ coming from under to bump him into pushing it to the crossbar, and I thought that it still was not going to go in. That also would have been wild. But 2-0 for Benevolent. 2-1, rather. I believe I said 2-0. Max was good control. So the finest margins still favoring Benevolent Esports at this point in the series. We're halfway through game number 4. Mythic to midfield. Gabe hoping for the pass across. Moving across, trying to get in the way of whoever. Max top shelf, and it's off the crossbar. Saved towards the side by AJ, but the follow through from Timmy is quick. Gabe has to get through. Mythic needs to get in front of this, but Timmy beats them and AJ. Lack of communication from Eclipse Astral on who's taking these touches. Max to Timmy. Gabe able to beat it, but Mex there on the follow. A whole lot of people missing at midfield as well. It really doesn't, Haldex. The ball is doing everything that it can. Exactly. The ball is doing whatever it possibly can to not go into the net. But there you go. It took 2. It took both Mythic and AJ to ensure that this one goes in. Tough read for Benevolent, but when the placement's that good, you kind of have to tip your hat. Mex able to keep it close, trying to go under Gabe. Shot from Mattias, it's high. Off the backboard, Mex shot, blocked by Gabe again, a savior medal for them. Timmy dropping it low for a teammate to follow through. Mattias up before Mythic. And now AJ not the follow you want to Timmy! Timmy the Tap Man. Shooting it from the right-hand side above Gabe's head. And it puts Benevolent in the lead as we head into the final minute of what could be the ending game between Benevolent and Eclipse. Unless Gabe and co have anything to say about it. Gabe, open shot, bar down, it's in! You see it going towards the crossbar and you gotta think, oh, no way that we see another woodwork intervention here. I thought that was gonna happen down. It was still too close to call. But the touches were in the favor of Eclipse. And they're tying it back up. Pass inside for Maddie, and Mex will drive it through. No reset on the kickoff for Eclipse. And they scramble back. And a slight moment without any presence on the ball means that Benevolent able to set up the infield play. And it was almost a quick fifth as Mythic now needs to send the team forward as well. One final time within the next 30 seconds for a fourth goal that will still keep them alive in the game in the series. The finishing has been better for Eclipse, but that defense still not holding up well enough. That's at least kept it manageable. They now need to show out in the last 10 seconds as everybody going up for Benevolent. Mythic hanging back. AJ inside of Mex is in the perfect spot. Needs to be kept up. It is done so well. AJ can't get there. Mex will drop it to the floor. And Benevolent will take the series 3-1. Eclipse gave it their best effort. They did not go without a fight. Unfortunately for them, it wasn't enough to scrape enough goals to get past Benevolent. 2 fantastic matches tonight. On the first day back to regular streaming, semi-regularly, you know. No stream schedule because I'll have other casting, but you know, trying to cast 2 to 3 times a week, or try to stream 2 to 3 times a week. That's gonna be the goal. Whatever that stream ends up looking like, that's the goal. At least start there. But GG's to Benevolent, GG's to Eclipse, Pogmex. Absolutely. I think Timmy could have played better for sure. Oh man, why you gotta do my boy Timmy like that? Disrespect. But yeah, GG's everybody. That was fun. Great first stream back. I know y'all might have been expecting Pyro J to be behind the mic for you, but glad that I've been able to replace him, I think, well enough. I hope y'all agree the same way. But I was not expecting to stream. I'm not expecting to cast. So I have not eaten dinner yet. And I am a hungry boy now. So I believe this is where we will say our farewells. Let's find somebody on Twitch that we can send this over towards. Look at that. I think we have another IGL caster who's still online. Pozka. See if that. Hopefully that game's not almost over. We'll send him. We'll send him over to you. Just waiting for the ad. Yeah. Looks like he's going to be doing something. So we'll send it over. We'll send it over to Pozka. But thanks to all of you for joining me on this broadcast, on this stream tonight. It was super fun. And we're gonna be doing this more. So definitely look up for my IGL availability to be back up pretty soon. Not sure what days or times yet, but we'll get that sorted out. I will be casting a shooting game that's built on Web3. It's called EV.io. That's gonna be happening all this weekend, Saturday and Sunday afternoon, early evening. So if there's some of you are looking to watch, see me to try my hand at a shooting game, something I haven't done very much, then you know, feel free to drop the follow, get notified whenever we're back to live. But couldn't thank y'all enough really for joining me, and there we go. We'll get that launched. So to Pozka, we will all go, and for me, I will go get some din. But for all of you, go enjoy Pozka's stream. For the YouTubers, we'll just we'll drop you off here. But regardless of where you're at, whether you won or lost tonight, y'all have a fantastic rest of your night. And there it is. There's the scene. And I hope to see you all again very soon.